We are Beer and Chill Podcast.
Podcast where we review TV shows, games, movies, and whatever else takes our fancy.
So what are you waiting for? If you're a cool kid like us, you're gonna listen to the Beer and Chill Podcast. You can get it anywhere from Spotify all the way to your grandmother's radio. My name is Jan.
And I'm Craigie C.
And we are
Beer and Chill.
What's your favorite scary movie?
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
For God's sake, what happened to our eyes?
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
They're here.
Welcome, victims, to the Horr-Gasm podcast. I'm Nick. With me is Ali.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Listen. We're here. We're doing this.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. No. It's been a hard start to 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Get over with now, and the rest should be clear.
That's what I keep saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get it over with now. Deal with that.
Yep.
You know, all this yuck. And continue on with the new year. So, yeah. No, it's get all this grossness out of the way.
Yeah. Well, on the plus side, it's a very nice day today.
Oh, finally.
Yes.
We've been stuck in a fucking ice box.
It was high of -1.
Yeah.
That's good. The road's going to be crap later, but that's fine.
The roads were already crap when I was driving home from work. I was
Fair.
like,
We also got a bunch
"Ugh."
of snow
Yeah.
between last recording and this one. It was not fun.
Guess what we're getting more of this week?
My car.
It was like, hey, Alexa. It was like, hey, are we going to get any more snow this week? And she's like, yeah, you're going to get like 2 centimeters. And I'm like,
Yeah. Not needed. We
No.
have enough. But again, we're in Canada. We don't really get a say in how much snow we get. We just snow.
Yeah. I was watching TikTok because what else do I do with my life? And one of my friends sent me this TikTok of this guy, and he's like, listen, I have a bone to pick with you fucking Canadians. And he walks out his front door and points at the lawn. He's like, I've never had snow in my life. You come down here and you get this, and you take it back to Canada.
No, we share. We share. We're Canadians. We're nice people. We share.
Yeah, just sharing the love.
Totally.
Ugh, no, I'm done with
So, yeah.
snow.
But let's not just really get on
Very
topic here.
Canadian to talk about the
Oh,
weather.
100%. But,
Hey, how's that weather, eh?
oh, hey, it's pretty good, eh?
It's about time we got some more snow, eh?
Oh, yeah. Nice snow, crack over 2-4, go eat some donuts with teammates, get double, eh?
Yeah. Play some hockey, watch some
Curling.
red-green on a Chesterfield, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's totally
Eat some
good.
Jitterbug Boys or some Letterkenny, eh?
Hey, yeah, eh?
I'm watching new season of Letterkenny. So funny.
So
so
you were
funny.
saying.
So good. But so this week,
Talk.
This
Whoop,
week,
whoop, whoop, whoop.
Cult Week. Now,
Cult week.
you love cult movies.
Fucking
Why?
love.
You never told me why. Why are you so enamored with cult
movies?
Yes.
I think what scares me is because it's the same thing we talk about all the time. Cults can exist in real life. This week we watched Wicker Man. This exact scenario, this whole movie could actually happen. There's nothing
For sure it
supernatural
has.
about it.
I
Yeah.
think it
Oh,
has.
it 100% has. And cults inherently are like stress me out because, anybody can get brainwashed and get into a cult. It's just
Yes.
like it doesn't exclude anybody.
No.
As humans, we're always looking for a sense of belonging.
True.
This is why gangs exist. This is why
Yes.
religion exists. All that
Yes.
kind of stuff,
Yes.
right? You find something you have in common, a common belief, a value, and you bond over that.
Or like with most religions, if
Yeah.
not all, it's about redemption. And,
For sure.
And something that's
Well, and that
there
sense
for
of
you.
community,
Yes.
right? And you think, you're doing right and helping and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's just a sense of belonging because as humans, we crave that sense of belonging and that almost pack mentality of like, we need to be together. which is why we live in clustered cities, lots of
Yes.
like populace, right? So it's just kind of creepy. It's that sense of like what?
I was thinking of the Planet of the Apes remake. I think it's the first or second one with Caesar.
Yeah.
He takes one little stick, breaks it, put all the sticks together, tries to break it. Apes strong together. Like, that's us. That's humans.
That's us. We did the thing.
Apes strong together. Continue. Okay.
Yeah, but you're not wrong. Like it's just so that kind of is what makes cults so scary, is the realism of it. And like even the supernatural ones, like I don't know, like Rosemary's Baby next week that we're watching, there's supernatural element to it.
Yeah.
But even then it's like, or like fucking Hereditary.
Yeah.
That shit is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Cults just mess me up.
I can see why.
Creepy.
They don't bother me because I'm not so much of a loner, but I try not to get involved in them.
Sure.
I know. It's. I can't say that now. If someone showed up and say, "Hey, do you want to join a cult?" or something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm sure if they make it enticing enough for to make it.
Oh, for sure. Why'd you think so many? Oh, I can't say a lot of things I feel like saying.
Why not? It's our podcast. Do whatever the fuck we want.
Why'd you think so many people are into Scientology or like pyramid schemes?
True.
I think pyramid schemes are super culty.
Yep.
Like MLMs. It's because they're all like, oh, you're amazing. You're going to be a millionaire. Do this, do that, do these things. You're like, wow, I'm amazing. Because people are looking for validation, for that feeling of acceptance, redemption, like you were talking about.
Yes. And even in this movie, in Wicker Man, it's you are born into this.
Yep.
You don't have a choice.
Right.
You are literally born into it, and that is the way you know of living. That is your life.
This is
that
the
is
way.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say the Mandalorian's a cult. It's not. It's a choice. It's a good cult. They're good cults, I think.
I mean,
Is there?
I was like,
Better put us off the corner here.
I have to take a break and talk about that. No, but also the other thing that stresses me out about cults is, let's Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, there's one serial killer, right? Chasing you. With cults, it's a group. You don't know how many.
It's Legion, yeah.
They all look like normal people.
Yeah.
And like in Wicker Man that we watched today, they're all just, people on an island. Yeah. You don't know who to trust. Can't really trust anybody.
Nope.
And it's scary. And that's the same thing with Hereditary is, you think people are your friends and then they turn out to be like super not your friends.
Yeah.
They end up being naked, weird old people. Ugh. But yeah, that's why I kind of...
sex with them too.
But that's why the cult thing always kind of threw me off, is it's just that creepy factor. And the fact that it's very realistic.
Yes. And it kicks up your paranoia.
Absolutely.
Because you have no one to trust. You really have no one to trust.
No.
Besides yourself. And even then, you're like, your own sanity, you question your own sanity.
Absolutely.
About what's real, what's not, what to believe in.
Yes.
Because when you get that, when you get a good, firm grasp of something like your faith or something like that, when you kind of get told it's wrong.
Yeah.
Or it's not real.
Right.
Like that. You're like, no. Mm-hmm. And you're also, some of them you're taught not to question.
Right.
If you question, that's bad.
Yeah.
You brought up Scientology. I don't think there's so much question, but you have to, it's also money. Money is a big thing.
It's always huge.
With some cults.
Yeah.
Not all, but most is about money.
Yeah, most. It is.
And Scientology is about money.
Mm-hmm.
You pay enough money, you go up in levels, and you get different positions, all that.
Right.
What's her name?
Leah Remini.
Yes. Yeah. I watched a clip of her on the Joe Rogan show podcast, which he himself is a bit of a... I like the guy.
Gross.
But yeah, as I expected, you're not a fan, but I am. I don't mind the guy. Mm-hmm. He's a great UFC commentator. I like that. Some of his views are a little off-putting, but whatever. That's his opinion.
Fair.
That has
no, he's allowed to have his platform. I just think he's a piece of trash human being.
Oh, okay.
And I won't support him.
Okay, that's fair. But she's on there.
But you can.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
Cult of Nick, we support Joe Rogan 75% of the time. But she was talking about when she learned the truth about the alien part.
Yep.
And Like, it's just her explanation is very, very interesting. How
Right.
her mom was already there. She knew about it, but couldn't tell
Of
her
course.
daughter.
Yep.
And the process to go through everything, it's so top secret and all that, and hush hush. And they get so angry if you go against the church.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
they hardcore excommunicate you. Like,
Yep.
her career was almost ruined.
Yep.
But she's also an actress. So thankfully
Yeah.
she made it work.
Yeah, she bounced back and got
Did
her
she
own.
ever?
Yeah,
Good for her.
that's good. And now she's co-hosting the Wendy Williams show while she's on hiatus.
Oh, good for
Yeah, she's
her.
co-hosting with her best friend Michelle Visage, who is the one of the main judges on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cute.
But there's also, there's Mormons who are like the opposite of Scientologists. Again, both were parodied heavily on South Park,
Yeah,
which where it all came from. Like, that's where the rabbit hole started.
yeah, right.
I found a Mormon reacts to the Mormon episode, and she's missing out on all the main jokes.
Oh,
Like the song,
yeah,
dum 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 dum. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, I like that, dum dum dum. She's dancing along to it. I'm like, oh dear. Mm-hmm. Oh no. And then we had an ex-Mormon do the same. So an ex-woman reacting to her reaction,
sure.
and she's live. It's like, why this girl doesn't get? They're making fun of her. With
I
the
was
dum,
just
dum,
gonna
dum.
say
Yeah.
making fun of her, but
Yeah.
you know, if you
It's-
want to live in that ignorant world, then that's fine. But I mean, you know what? She grew up in that, and again, like I can't fault people for it. Like it's when you grow up, that's all you know. How are you supposed to do anything else?
And they
Right?
give you that escape from, I'm depressed, I have anxiety, I'm so upset and sad.
Yep.
Hey, come give us money and we will give you a reason why you should not
Exactly.
be sad.
Yep.
Well, I
Exactly.
can't feel any worse. I need somewhere to go. I need something to make myself feel better. Sure.
Yep.
Here's a couple $1,000s.
Yep.
And then you just suck you in. Like, okay, so if I keep doing this, I'll feel better. Yeah, do you feel good now? A bit. Well, if you keep doing it, you'll feel better.
Yep.
Awesome, great, yes. How much?
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
And they suck you in that way. Like, well,
Yeah.
it's only money. You can make more because you're a very powerful person. You're making all these movies. They go for the more
Yeah.
famous and wealthy people because
But not always.
no, sadly.
But they like suck as much as they can out of you and then throw you out with the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really sad. But yeah, I mean, there are different kinds. And of course, Scientology considers themselves a true religion, which fair. But like, yeah, it's just when you're hurting other people, that's when I start to get like grumpy about it.
And that's where some of the more extreme religious, Christianity.
Of course. Yeah.
The Baptist people who are lunatics.
Yep.
Like, they throw hate.
Yep.
They spew hate.
Yep.
But in their twisted vision, by spewing hate, they are trying to save them. They're doing
Right.
the good. They're doing the Lord's work. I'm like, no.
Well, and this is the thing
No.
is that like why I struggle with, we're getting like really deep here.
Oh,
and
right.
talking chop.
fine.
The reason I struggle so much with organized religion is like my view is that if it makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody else and it's legal, just fuck it up. Do it.
Yep.
Like we're in Canada, so like smoke weed, drink alcohol,
Yep.
have sex, just like live your life, have
Yes.
fun if you're not
Yes.
hurting anybody else,
Try
And
not
I
to
think-
help yourself at the same time. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Because sadly, some people abuse the drugs. And
This is
alcohol.
it. This is it. Is that like, within the parameters of the
Yes.
law and like, knowing yourself. But if it makes you happy, do it.
Yes.
Like, and
Our lives are way too short to fret
well, this
about.
is it. And everybody, especially with social media and the internet, is so worried about everybody else. Like, if you put like half as much effort into, thinking what makes me happy, like the world would be a different place.
If we got
That's
rid of
my
social media,
preachy thing
if
for the
social
day.
media was just gone tomorrow,
Gone. Yep.
that would make a world a lot better.
Way better
Not gonna lie.
place. Way
It
better
would.
place.
It would, because people like to go in there and just throw out the troll. They give they give their opinion thinking it's worth something.
Yes.
Some are, but others, when they're down, they're more negative, are not needed.
No.
I grew up with, if you don't have nothing to say, don't say
Don't
nothing
say
at all.
it. Yep. Exactly.
That has been gone out the window, in the ditch, buried, and then burnt.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't, no one follows that philosophy at all anymore, sadly. They should.
Yeah.
Example, Twitter the other day, Kenny Omega,
Yep.
Canadian wrestler,
Yep.
awesome guy. Post a picture of him and Riho, who is another Japanese wrestler.
Yep.
And she's basically knew him when she was a child. Like she was like
Aww.
a teenager, like maybe 13, 14. There's two pictures that he put on of him and her doing Kamehameha or a Hadouken.
Oh.
And just a pose.
Yeah.
And someone hopped on there saying, oh, and it wasn't, he didn't say the word, but it was heavily implied that he was grooming her. He's like, this is creepy, you know, having a young girl. And Kenny Omega fired back hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good. You know, he defending himself because it's a very inappropriate thing to say.
Yeah, and it's this very serious.
Yes, it was not needed to say that, but the guy said it, and Kenny fired back, and everyone jumped on. Everyone took sides.
Of course,
Kenny was right for saying that because he was insinuating. I was like, oh, okay, shouldn't have went to that level. He should know better. He's a professional wrestler. He's a public figure.
Yeah, right.
He should watch what he says. I'm like, you know what? This wouldn't have started. It wouldn't have even happened.
Yeah.
If the guy just didn't even type that out, just trying to stir the pot.
Yeah, everybody, but that's the thing is that, especially in the pandemic like culture that we're in right now, everybody's bored. Yeah. Everybody wants a reaction. Yeah. Everybody wants, to get attention. It's just, I think it's so sad. Mm-hmm. And it just, literally goes back to what I just said. Just do what makes you happy. Stop worrying about everybody else.
Exactly.
Like, it honestly will, it changes your life. Like, I journal every day. I, try to exercise, not when it's -40. Just, I'm in a happy relationship. I have great friends. It just, and it's changed my life just to, focus on me. Yep. Because I'm cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you're cool. And my dogs are cool. And my family's cool. And my friends are cool. It's just, focus on yourself. Yeah. That's it.
That's true.
That's my rant for the day.
That's a good rant. That was a good rant.
Thank you.
That was a good
Self-love.
cult. It was a good cult of alley rant.
Yeah, if you want to join, you can go on my website for only $19.95. You can download my audiobook.
the daily ramblings of the cult of alley.
I do it every day.
$50. You can a month. You get the full month of daily
alley
ramblings
experience.
Yes, and the thing is, people can do that. People are so shady, and they can talk.
Shady but charismatic.
That's the word, charismatic.
Yes.
So charismatic, they can do that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but if The Rock wanted to start a religion, he would easily start one.
1 second, and he would have so many people.
I'd join. I'm not gonna lie.
I probably would too. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Whatever. We'd be paying members.
Yeah.
We start our own little the Saskatoon section of The Rock.
Well, you know who resisted joining a cult? The policeman in the Wicker Man.
He tried. He did. He did a good job.
He did.
Didn't really offer. Well, he kind of offered him a bit, but
yeah. It's like, hey.
We'll explain more of that when we get into the review, which is happening right
now.
Now.
Chop, 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 Everyone must go through, McGregor. It's a game of chance, remember?
So this week we watched The Wicker Man, The Good Wicker Man.
The 1973 version.
Came out in 1973. And it was directed by Robin Hardy and written by Anthony Schaefer and David Pinner, which was, he was uncredited, but it was based off a novel called Ritual.
Yes.
So that.
I was going to say that, but you beat me to it.
Mwahahaha.
And there is apparently a spiritual sequel called The Wicker Tree.
Which I've never heard of.
Neither have I. It was in 2011.
And that, oh yeah, see, that'll do it.
Yeah. You have to look into that in the near future.
Uh-huh. But like, if I've
It's
never
also-
heard of it, that makes me worried.
It's also known as a spiritual successor or sequel, so it's not an official
Interesting.
sequel.
Okay.
Kind of like how Columbiana is the,
Yes,
the
unofficial
sequel to The Professional.
The Professional,
Leon.
yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Well, how'd you hear about this movie?
Oh, not the good way.
About this movie from Nicolas Cage?
Yes, I saw it in the theaters. I saw the
stupid mouth.
remake in theaters. Because I'm a Nick Cage fan.
And the bees scene isn't even in it. It's in the extended cut when he yells bees. Like, it's in it, but when he yells bees, it's in the extended version.
Really?
Because I watched the non-extended version, and I didn't even get to see him yell bees.
They're in my eyes. They're in my...
I was, like, ready to throw hands, which I usually am, but, like,
You are.
extra ready. Ooh.
It was a much different movie, too.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, right?
Same idea, but just different.
But it is different. Isn't it his daughter in that one that he's looking for?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
But
no, I saw this. I first learned this from the remake. I'm
Right.
like, oh, I heard it's a remake of an old movie. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't care.
yeah, right. Of course, it's like because the Nicolas Cage movie isn't great.
No.
Some people like it. I don't know why, but it's the acting is so bad. Like, it's so outrageously bad.
Like I told you, the only scene that's really memorable and, in my opinion, the best part of the movie is with Nicolas Cage dressed up as a bear.
Yep.
Punches a woman to take her away.
Yeah, he does.
And that's it.
Yeah.
The rest I could just live without. Just have the beginning, have him put on the bear costume, go up, punch a woman, pick her up, and leave. The end.
I
Movie over.
watched well, I guess this is kind of how I heard about it. I watched the Nicolas Cage one as well. No, I didn't. It came out on a streaming service. I forget which one. I was like, "Oh," and I looked at it and it was like, updated from the 1973 classic, and I was like, "There's an original?"
Yeah.
So then I found it and I was like, "Oh my god." And I watched it and I was like, "This is awesome." Spoiler alert, I love The Wicker Man. I love this movie. It's but I love cult movies, so it's like already sort of an in. So I was like, watched it, loved it. I was like, holy fuck, I gotta watch the Nicolas Cage one, and then I watched it and I was like, what is this steaming pile of garbage? So I watched them literally back to back, and I think that hurt more. My feelings were hurt.
Oh.
So don't do that.
No.
I do not suggest doing that.
If you want to, be my guest, but you're in for a rough ride.
It is. It's a rough movie to get through.
If you're a Nicolas Cage fan, I'm sure you like it.
Yeah. He always plays the same character.
He does. 2000 era Nicolas Cage, he was all the same character. Pre 2000, I think, not including Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah. And he's not a bad actor.
No,
I love me some National Treasure.
Yes.
Ugh.
Or the
Vampire's Kiss. Love that one.
Nope. Face Off.
Face Off.
Face Off, he was fan-fucking-tastic in Face Off.
Yep.
And the prisoner one, where he's on the plane. Aircon.
Oh my god.
Aircon.
That's one of my favorite movies
That's
of
such a
all
good
time.
movie.
We should watch that for fake Horr-Gasm.
We should.
It is, or we should just watch it.
We should have like a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh my god, I'm Nicolas Cage month. Well, like I said, he's in Vampire's Kiss, which is a horror.
Yes,
We
he is.
can watch Con Air.
You're also,
I don't know. What else is... He's got to be in other horror movies.
Knowing. Knowing is horror light.
Okay.
It's more science fiction,
Well,
but it's got some creepy scenes.
we can make an exception.
We have before.
We could do it.
There's another one he's in.
Are we doing a Nick Cage month?
I think we're
Oh
playing
my
Nick Cage month. This
God.
year I'll be a Nick Cage month sometime.
I love it.
I do. I'm a big fan of Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
It's just
I've never seen it.
You've
so.
never seen it? Oh.
I don't even know what that's about.
Oh,
Is it about cars?
Yes.
Oh,
it's about
that's why.
him. It's a huge cast.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Okay.
cast. Angelina Jolie's in it.
Oh.
His name. Lawrence Fishburne is in it.
Okay.
Like it's a fantastic cast.
Interesting.
This David Tennant. He's the bad guy in this. In it.
Oh.
Yes, like it's got a fantastic cast. I love the movie. It's so good. Basically, it's about.
I know
him.
it's super famous.
It is. I think it's a. Or not a maybe it's a remake. I think it's based on something.
Okay.
But basically, he's a well-known carjacker.
Sure.
He gets caught, goes to jail, comes back, and he's out of the game. But his little brother, of course,
Pulls him back
followed in his footsteps and
Yeah.
knows like 60 cars.
Oh man.
And he's like, we got to do that by like in a week.
Woo.
And they're like, you know what? We'll do it in a night.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's a really good movie.
Interesting.
It's got some ups and downs, some curves and turns. I like it. I thought it's a great
Beep,
movie.
beep.
It's on Prime.
I'm sure.
Give her a shot.
I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find. It's a very famous movie.
I think I own it. If not,
See,
I will soon.
I don't love car movies.
I'm not the biggest fan either.
Or like when people are like, "Oh my god, insert sports movie title was so good," and I'm like, ugh, I hate sports movies.
Well, because I don't know squat about cars.
Oh, me neither.
But I like watching.
I'm a millennial woman. I don't even change my own oil.
I like the chase parts. Like
Yep.
that's exciting because good movies have some good damn good chase scenes.
Absolutely.
And Gone 60 Seconds has some pretty good chase scenes.
Yeah.
Similar to Fast and Furious, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
But
When did it
less-
come out? We're not even talking about Wicker Man. We're way off. We're way off
That's
into
fine.
Nick Cage
I
territory.
think 2001, I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me. I'm gonna do a quick check.
Sure.
But we're talking about Nicolas Cage, so that's
Yeah, it's in the same vein.
yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's kind of like National Treasure era too, like because that came out in early 2000s, right?
2004.
Yeah. God, Nick, that was almost 20 years ago. That was almost 20 years ago. 2022. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like it's been March 2020 for 2 years now.
So National Treasure 2004, Face Off 97, Con Air 97. So 97 was a good year for Nicolas Cage.
Good for him.
Um,
Isn't his
2000.
wife pregnant right now?
I probably
Yeah.
does he have? He has a son named Kal-El.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ish. Not a good like. But like, who else in The Rock? What is he in The Rock?
I don't.
Oh, he's had some good movies in his. Yeah, so 60 Seconds was year 2000.
Yep. Okay, 2000. Jesus.
And I want to talk about Nicolas Cage because we're watching Mandy at the end of our call.
Oh my
He's in that one.
God,
So
yeah.
we're making this work. Nice.
Color Space, I've heard, is unreal.
It's a weird one.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I didn't mind it.
Okay. I didn't
It was
either.
a good mind-fuck movie.
Yeah. He was in Wally's Wonderland or whatever too,
Yep.
the rip on Five Nights at Freddy.
Yep.
And it was good. I thought it was all right. Like he's so weird. He doesn't say a single word the whole movie and it's
I
so
heard
good.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But he does a dance scene. I don't know.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh. Like he's been in almost every type of movie. You name it, he's been in like a type.
Yeah.
He was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I didn't know that
Oh,
until now. I'm looking
really?
at his movies. Yeah,
I
he
love
was.
that movie.
He had a voice in The Croods, A New Age.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Vampire's Kiss, 88.
Yeah, love Vampire's Kiss. That was a good movie. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It's
I've
weird.
heard of it.
It's very American Psycho with like, is this actually happening?
Nice.
And like he just starts to lose it. So good.
Season of the Witch, 2011. He was in
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
We got some choices. For,
He's dabbled in everything.
He has. He really has.
He has. Good old Nick Cage.
But he's
Good
not in this
Lord.
movie.
Nope.
But we can tell you who is in this movie.
Yeah. Take it away.
All right. So Edward Woodward stars as Sergeant Neil Howie. Mm-hmm. The late, great, awesome, amazing Christopher Lee
Love.
as Lord Summerisle.
Oh, and he's so good in this.
He really is.
Like
And
he
he's-
takes the creep factor over the top.
He has said that of all his movies, he's done a lot.
Yep.
This is one of his favorite roles in movies he's done.
Absolutely.
And good for him.
Yes.
So this is funny. So Britt Eklund, she plays Willow McGregor.
That's the innkeeper's daughter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Annie Ross does the voice for Willow McGregor. And Rachel Verney does the singing voice for Willow McGregor.
She's a very complex individual.
Yes. And she...
Interesting. Does the voice...
Yeah, I think her accent didn't go over well or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
So they just dubbed over it?
Yeah, and...
Interesting.
And I was even looking up the body double for her,
Yep.
for her bum.
Yep.
And they don't have that on here, but she was not happy because they chose a more chunkier... No, she wasn't
Fuller
chunky.
figured,
She was-
yeah.
yeah, that's right. She's a more fuller figured woman to be the lower body because she's quite new in this movie.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this movie has, you know, it had some issues and, yeah.
But, you know, it was of the time and, you know, it was very, like, to be thin was like everything, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's fine. Forgive
Leslie
her.
Mackey plays Daisy. I know most of these names, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Diane Salento as Miss Rose. Ingrid Pitt as the librarian. Lindsay Kemp as Alder McGregor, the landlord.
Yep.
And the father of
Willow.
Russell Waters as harbor master. Aubrey Morris as old grave gardener / gravedigger.
Mm-hmm.
Irene Sunter as Mae Morrison. And Walter Carr as schoolmaster. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just like, there's like lots of the island people are like just kind of popping in and out. What?
Apparently, Sergeant Howie had a fiance.
Oh.
Played by Allison Hughes. How I didn't see her once in the movie.
There you go.
And then there's Dr. Ewan, Police Constable McTaggart in a longer version, and the Postman in a longer version. We didn't watch the longer version.
We did
watched
not.
the regular, normal theatrical version.
Because, dear viewers, this movie is really fucking hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Like, it's such a good movie, and somehow it's so hard to find.
I was searching for this for a good
Oh.
full day.
Like-
Even online. It's hard to find
Yes,
online.
it's almost impossible to find online. You can't even rent it.
No.
So,
How we watched it, I'm not going to say. But we watched it. It's just-
perfectly legally. I don't know
Yes.
what you're talking about.
Of course, the legals. But no, I did a whole day searching.
Yes.
I went to every...
Like secondhand
Yes.
store. Like it's hard to find. You can't even find it on Amazon. You
No.
can find everything on Amazon. Like Mr. Bezos will give you anything if the price is right.
That's true.
I couldn't find Wicker Man. That makes
No.
me sad.
I could try eBay, but they'd be throwing a lot of money because people are
Yes.
sneaky on there.
That's one word for it. There's something.
There's something. Ooh. I'll talk about it after.
Okay. Do
there's
you have
only-
something coming? Is that what you were gonna?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's like, do you have something coming?
No. I was saying the kill the flick, but
Oh shit! Oh, fuck,
There's
we
only
didn't
really
talk
one,
about it.
so-
Okay, yeah.
we'll get there.
We know what we're doing. We are professionals. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
Of course we are.
As we're like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck squirrels. Nick Cage is cool.
That's right. Fuck those squirrels.
Love yourself.
Yes. Scientology, not for me.
Such a mess. That's how I would like describe this show and this podcast is like just two randos, like related nerds, just like fucking around and talking about whatever comes to mind.
Perfect.
When I listen back to it when I'm laying in bed, I'm like, we're on one, like every time. Just like it's funny. It makes me laugh
Don't
every
give away
time.
our secrets.
We're crazy.
Oh yeah. So okay, into the plot.
Yeah,
plot.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, Police Sergeant Neil Howie journeys by seaplane to the remote
Where's that
Hebridean
part?
Island, Summer Isle, to investigate the disappearance of a young girl, Rowan Morrison. Did I give her character?
What?
I don't know if I said. who
Well,
played
she's only in it for like a second.
her.
Literally a
Geraldine
second.
Cowper.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Boom. Who cares? There she is. About whom he has received an anonymous letter. Howie, a devout Christian, is disturbed to find the islanders paying homage to the pagan Celtic gods of their ancestors. So bad.
Woo, pagan. That's exciting.
Which is what Christianity is based on. Did I say it was truth there? Oops. How every holiday is basically a pagan holiday. What, Nick? That's not true. Look it up.
And now every holiday is based on commercialism and capitalism.
True.
Anyways.
It is true.
Because we live in a capitalistic society.
I like to buy stuff. I'm okay with this.
Me too. I feed into it. It's my fault too.
They copulate. Really? These copulate?
Copulate?
They have sex. They fuck. They fuck openly in the field.
They mash pissers.
They... Oh, yes, they do. They include children as part of the May Day celebrations, teach children of the phallic association of the maypole. Phallic means penis. For those who don't know. And place toads in their mouths to cure sore throat. Oh, that's why. I thought it was for some...
I thought I was like, the frog in the mouth. That sounds like cult stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't even think twice about it.
She got a sweet after, so
yeah.
I take a frog.
Which, like, I was just gonna say, like, I'll take a frog in the mouth if I get a sweet after. Those looked fucking bomb too. Her candy shop. I was like,
oh, sorry, 70s candies. Yum.
Oh,
yes. Time out.
Probably have lead.
No, hold on. Now you know the phrase "a frog in your throat."
Yeah.
I wonder if this is where it came from.
Oh.
I wonder.
We'll Google it after.
Okay, we will. The Islanders, including Rowan's own mother, appear to be trying to thwart the investigation by claiming that Rowan never existed.
Which is interesting. Like, I love the angle they go about it. It's like, oh, who? Her?
Yeah.
No.
And it's also how other well-known civilizations, like I think Japan is big for it.
Yep.
They have like a whole day of the phallic.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
They have like a big penis celebration.
Have you watched, this is a little off topic too, Our Man in Japan with James May from Top Gear? He goes to the festival and he participates in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they talk about it. And it's interesting, actually. Like, I mean, you know, being a feminist, it's like, that the lack of equality kind of bugs me, but like it's still an interesting thought, like why they do it.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that, and like,
well, it's a very honorable.
It is. That's exactly it.
Honor-centered culture.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
Yeah.
And
well, it's very patriarchal too, right? Like
yes.
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 Which
but they've also
fair.
They've also though really.
I'm breaking stuff.
Okay, broadened their beliefs.
100%.
Since like the World War II. We'll use World War II as an example.
Sure.
Because before then they were very imperial. They were still the empire. They had the emperor. He was seen as a god. Like they, after World War II, they kind of sadly picked up the pieces to say literally and figuratively, and became like just a huge, commercial. Like they had like factories building all their stuff. Cars, TVs, everything became Japan or China.
Right.
And they became a powerhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not militaristic really much at all now, but they compensated with expanding and just being really interesting people.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
Penis.
Woo!
While staying at the Green Man Inn, Howie notices a series of photographs celebrating the annual harvest, each featuring a young girl as the May Queen. Mm-hmm. The photograph of the most recent celebration is missing. The landlord tells him it was broken. Oh, clumsy.
How dare they?
The landlord's beautiful daughter, Willow, and she was a beaut.
She was gorgeous. Yes.
Tries to seduce Howie. But despite his inner turmoil, he refuses her advances. Like, they had a whole song about her being a big slut.
Yes. It was kind of funny. Like, and I know it's meant to be, like, I don't even know what it's meant to portray, but, like, the dance she does is so, but it's very 70s. Very hippie, very...
This is coming off the 60s, which was all about sex.
Absolutely.
And they were...
Absolutely.
Yeah. He enters a local school and asks about Rowan among the students, but all deny her existence. He checks the school register and finds Rowan's name on it. Mm-hmm. He questions the school teacher, but she tells him about her burial plot. Mm-hmm. And also, after the whole dance and song with with Willow, old Howie, he goes out for a walk before bed, and there's villagers just banging out in the field. Just not a care in the world.
Not even hiding it. Yeah. Yeah.
And he kind of stops. He's like, oh.
Yeah, wait.
I never done that before. Yeah. And he goes back to his room, and was that Mr. Summerall or who brings some young lad?
Yeah, it's Mr. Summerall that
brings,
he's
like, Willow.
Brings Willow
a gift, which is a young man, and they bang.
Yeah.
And of course, her room's right next to Howie.
And so he's covering his ears and trying to not listen, but no. But
it'd be a tough sleep.
It would, yeah.
After seeing Rowan's burial plot, Howie meets with the island's leader, Lord Summerisle, grandson of a Victorian agronomist.
Okay.
I thought that was a different word there for a second. To get permission for an exhumation, to exhume the body. Summerisle explains that his grandfather developed strains of fruit trees that would prosper in Scotland's climate, and encouraged the belief that old gods would use the new strains to bring prosperity to the island. Over the next several generations, the island's inhabitants embraced pagan religion.
Yes.
And you see them doing the one woman holding a baby, nursing it, had an egg in her hand.
Yep.
And that was to try and promote her to have another child.
I was going to say fertility.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see the children are being taught about not so much sex, but just the way things are.
Yeah.
And the boys doing the same thing, going down the pole with it's a very European thing.
The maypole.
Yes. Mm-hmm. A lot of just kind of weird things.
And it starts to get weirder as the longer he stays on the island.
Yes.
When he meets with Lord Summerisle after, he sees girls in class, in quotations, but they're dancing around a bonfire naked. He's like, yeah, they're learning. And he's like, the fuck are they learning? But kind of ethnocentric to be like, well, this is wrong. And he's like, but what about God? What about Jesus?
Yes. During one of his walks, he's frustrated because he believes a very devout Christian.
Yep.
And seeing all these pagan people is very offensive kind of in his eyes.
Right.
They're wrong. He's right.
Right.
Which is what most Christians are like. And it's true.
You're not wrong.
Oh, no, I'm very right. And he takes some, and also these still apple. Apple's one of their biggest, exports.
Yep.
And he smashes some boxes, takes 2 pieces of sticks, and he makes a cross and puts it on a cement pad.
Yeah.
And he's like, there, I'm doing my part to change these people. And it doesn't work. So
we we all, living in Canada, we know how good it goes when you try to convert people to your religion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dies inside.
Yeah. Exhuming the grave, Howie finds that the coffin contains nothing but a body of a hare. A rabbit. He says it before, how the girl's painting a rabbit. And it's like, oh, that's silly. That's not a silly rabbit, that's a hare.
And then when he visits the classroom, they ask, oh, well, or he asks the girl, I guess. It's not the classroom.
The one
It's
girl.
like, well, where's Rowan? She's like, well, she's out in the field.
No, he asks the one girl.
Mildred.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's like, okay. And she's like, yeah, well, she's a hare, silly. And he's like,
yeah, he's like, will she be back for tea? She's like, Lash, like, no. Why would a hare drink tea?
Yeah.
And he's like, a hare? And he's like, yeah, she's a hare. She likes to play in the field.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's like, so, yeah. And then you're starting to think, like what's going on?
Yeah, it's weird stuff. He also finds a missing harvest photograph showing Rowan standing amidst empty boxes.
Yep.
The harvest had failed. His research reveals that when there's a poor harvest, the islanders make a human sacrifice to ensure the next harvest will be bountiful. Mm-hmm. He concludes that Rowan is alive and has been chosen for sacrifice. Realizing he is out of his depth, Howie returns to his seaplane to discover it no longer functions, preventing him from leaving or calling for assistance.
Mm-hmm. Because 70s.
Yeah, they definitely did some heckin'
Sabotage.
Sabotage. That's the
Sabotage.
Sabotage. Later that day, during the May Day celebration, also, they're telling him to leave. Leave before the celebration because we don't like
Outsiders. Yeah.
on this day. And so he goes a little, not crazy, but he gets very determined. I'm going to find this girl. He goes to the whole island.
Yeah.
More or less. And he finds some hidden passages. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Later that day, during the May Day celebration, Howie knocks out and ties up the innkeeper so he can steal his costume and mask, that of Punch, the fool, and he'll infiltrate the parade. He was also, he after his big search, he goes to the hotel, tells the landlord, just whiskey.
Yeah.
Go upstairs, like, I'm going to have a nap for a half hour. Okay. And as he's, kind of sleeping, the landlord and his daughter Willow are telling him we gotta, knock him out for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have like this, he uses a severed hand.
Yeah.
You see, he's going through, like, he sees some coffins, he opens one up, and it's the old lady who's dead and her one arm's cut off.
Yeah.
At like below the elbow.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that's the same thing that they're burning next to him to try and knock him out.
Yes.
And he's like, and he knocks it over and puts the fire out and then takes the candlestick and clunks the innkeeper.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Miss all the activities.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we keep going back to him too. He's still tied up.
Yeah. It's like, don't forget.
Yeah. When it seems the villagers are about to sacrifice Rowan, he cuts her free and flees with her into a cave. Exiting it, they are intercepted by the islanders, to whom Rowan happily returns.
Yes.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's.
Yes.
They played him the fool the entire time.
Which is double meaning because he was playing the fool.
That's right.
But it's like, so when I first watched this, I'd never seen it before, so I didn't understand. And when he found Rowan in the beginning, I'm like, yeah! And then when they get out of the cage and she runs to Lord Summerall and she's like, did I do good? And he's like, you did perfect, sweetie. I was like, yeah.
Deception. Lies. Slander.
But it's like, if you haven't seen the movie before, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Now, I can imagine in the 70s when this first came out.
Yes.
There would be so many what the fucks going on in that theater.
Literally. Yes.
And even well, I'll talk about the ending. Or
Perfect.
The alternates. The producers want a different ending. But
Yep.
we'll get to that right away here. Summerall tells Howie that Rowan was never the intended sacrifice. Aww. Howie himself is. He fits their God's four requirements. He came of his own free will, has the power of a king by representing the law, is a virgin, and is a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Fool of a took.
Full of a took.
Yes. Howie warned Summerall and the Islanders that the fruit tree strains are failing permanently, and that the villagers will turn on Summerall and sacrifice him next summer, when the next harvest fails as well. Summerall insists that the sacrifice of the willing, king-like virgin fool will be accepted, and that the next harvest will not fail. The villagers force Howie inside a giant Wicker Man statue, along with various animals, set it ablaze and surround it, singing the Middle English folk song, Sumer is Isamen in.
That was good. That sounded good.
Okay. Inside the Wicker Man, Howie recites Psalm 23 and prays to God for cursing the Islanders as he and the animals burn to death. The head of the Wicker Man collapses in flames, revealing the setting sun. The end. Now, good movie.
Yeah.
But the producers, the guys who were kind of paying for this, wanted a more happy ending. So they
Right,
asked, well,
which-
can't they change endings so that it
He
starts
lives.
raining
Yeah.
and it saves them? And they're like, no.
No.
That kind of skips the
How
whole
about
meaning.
no? That would be. I was having this talk because I watched The Matrix the other day.
The new one?
Yes, and I was. Yeah, it was good. I loved it. I'm
Oh,
sure I
you told me
texted.
that. You did tell me
Yeah,
that.
I did. I
Sorry.
said I absolutely loved it, and that's
We'll
I was
discuss
in the
that.
minority. But next talking shop, we can talk about that. Anyways, we were talking about endings, and The Matrix that came out had a good ending, and I was like, kind of reminds me of horror movies. In horror movies, when everybody lives, I'm pissed off. I think that that's so cheap because horror movies are where I come to and I know what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
I know people are going to die. I know main characters are going to get killed. I know there's going to be a lot of sadness, and that's what I expect. And when everybody lives, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
And I know that it's weird, but that's just what you expect out of a horror movie. And unless it's like April Fool's, then I'm like, that's fair.
That's
I can deal with something like that.
But that's also part of the plot. That was the whole point.
Literally.
Of the movie.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
But if everybody lives, it's like even at the end of
where's the payoff?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
at the
what's the
end
point?
of the new Halloween movies. Like, ooh, fuck, I'm breaking my chairs. Sorry, guys. The new Halloween movie, like Jamie Lee Curtis and her daughter and her granddaughter all live, and I'm like, like I don't love it.
No.
I don't love it when all the main characters live.
Are you talking about the Halloween or Halloween Kills?
I don't know the first one.
Okay. Tell me what you're talking about, because
Spoiler alert.
maybe I don't know.
But yeah, I just like when that kind of stuff happens, I'm just like, ugh, at least kill one of them.
Yeah.
Not all 3 generations can survive. That's stupid.
Yeah. Sorry, you're thinking the first one. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Halloween 2010. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now it's
We watched it, didn't we?
Oh,
This
we
year?
did. We did. Already did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I was like, I feel like I just watched it.
We did.
But yeah, that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If this ending, if he would have lived, I would have been so upset.
I would too.
So upset.
That would have been very cheap. It would have cheapened the whole ending completely. Isn't the Burning Man concert kind of not parade, but the
it's a rave.
It's like a get together, like
yeah.
Is that kind of based off the Wicker Man?
I don't know actually.
So I'm looking up what it would be, and I'm not seeing it. A lot of movies talked about it. Radiohead released a song called "Burn the Witch," whose storyline greatly resembles that of the Wicker Man in 2016. They did a roller coaster called the Wicker Man. Iron Maiden released a single called "The Wicker Man" from their Brave New World album in tribute to the classic film.
Interesting.
Nice. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. I don't know. I thought I'd see it in the Wikipedia because it's similar as both Burn a Man.
Right, of course. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
festival,
it was.
That's sort of festival.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It's like Coachella, but with hardcore people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's great. I'm glad it exists. I think it is very similar to Midsummer. And I think it spawned that whole like culty island sort of genre. And I think it even reminds me of Apostle.
Yes.
And I just think that it's awesome. And I love it. And I love it for what it is. And I love Christopher Lee. And I think it was great.
How would you rate it then?
How would I rate it? I would probably rate it a 4. Just because it's a classic. It's one of my favorite movies. It's so creepy and such a staple, I think. I think everybody in the horror community should watch it. I think it's just...
I agree.
Such a good cult movie. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There's weird cuts. The body double for Willow was strange. There's the scene where they're having sex on the lawn. It's like weird and laggy. Like there's really dark parts. Like it's not perfect.
It actually pauses.
Yeah.
The headline pauses for a moment, and
so is it perfect? Absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not. But that almost makes it charming. Where in some movies it's like eye roll. This it almost makes it charming, in the sense of like it's a little rough around the edges, but it's creepy, and some of it makes it creepier.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I love this movie. I really so again I'm biased. Like people may watch this and think it's super boring. It's not fast paced.
Oh no.
It's literally a policeman walking around an island questioning villagers. Yeah. It's not. There's no jump scares. It's just creepy. So yeah, what would you rate it?
I give it a 3.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
I love the setting. I love it's a beautiful,
gorgeous
what they did.
Yeah, Scottish countryside,
those poor people.
Yes.
The music was awesome.
Yeah,
I told you, if you liked the 70s music scene, which is heavy in this, it's the 70s, but it's nice. It's very nice.
Nick asked me after the first 15 minutes, he's like, Is this a musical?
There's a bit of singing in this.
There is quite a bit of singing because it's culty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's part of the cult. I asked her in the Landlord's Daughters song.
Yes.
Is this a musical? It's not like it's the Feed Me Seymour.
Oh,
the plants.
fuck. The Little Shop of Horrors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, something like that. And I always thought that was like a more hardcore scary movie, and then I'm like, oh, it's a musical.
See, but I've never seen the musicals. I've only seen the original.
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a bit on TV.
Have you seen the original?
No.
Oh, fuck. It's free on YouTube. Look at that. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
But like again, like you said, the acting, awesome.
Yeah.
The guy who played, I forgot his name already. Edward Woodward, who played Sergeant
yep.
Howie,
Yep.
played such a straight-laced police officer.
Yes.
Or sergeant. And he was so no nonsense. I like that.
Yes.
He didn't really joke around. He was stern almost all the time. He took his job very seriously.
Yes.
Nowadays it's less serious. It's if you see
Fair.
this one, he's got to have some humor to him. He has to have some personality to him.
Yeah.
Sergeant Neil did not. Mm-hmm. The most he showed was when his faith was being questioned. When he was confronted with another, something he didn't agree with.
Yep,
Then
exactly.
But you know what? That works. That
Yeah.
worked very
Oh,
well.
100%. And he was like irate and
yes.
questioning and mad, and that's awesome.
Yes.
That's
And
fantastic.
Christopher Lee, he did a fantastic job. As
I just love him.
being just kind of the lord of the whole island.
Yeah.
Being pompous, very proud.
Yes.
Just doing a great job.
Yes.
Other actors and actresses did a great job. The bigger guy.
Oh, yeah, the guy that was the dragon?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he was
for
so
some reason,
good.
He had something about him. We're like, I like this guy.
Yeah, his presence when he was dancing with Willow in the bar, humping hump walking. Fuck, that was funny.
That was funny.
No, I agree with you. I thought of that too. I was like, man, I don't even know who this guy is, but he's so good.
Yes.
I'm glad you agree.
And even with when Christopher Lee's dressed up at the end, when he has a long hair, like he looks like a woman a bit. He's got the makeup on. He's very slender.
Yep.
I can almost be Slender Man. But no, this is I give it a 3 because scare-wise, horror-wise, it was
not much.
Very lacking.
Yep.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
That wasn't the goal. Like the end part, the last 15 minutes is where they really, hey, we gotcha.
Yep.
It's not going to get weird, uncomfortable, and creepy.
Absolutely.
Even when he finds the hair and throws it in front of Summer Allen's wife, girlfriend, whatever she is, like they don't care. They're like, whatever. And they explain now their beliefs that you die and you reincarnate as, not as if you'll be, not as another thing, but your death brings about the reincarnation of fruit,
of life,
growth, of life. Thank you. And he doesn't get that.
No.
Because that is so against his belief. And also they're believing that the women should be impregnated by gods, not men.
Right.
Why be impregnated by some slobby, zit-ridden man?
Yep.
When a god can impregnate the girls. Mm-hmm. And he's like, they believe the virgin birth. That's what it is.
Yes, right.
And he's like, well, that's ridiculous. Like, well, isn't that your religion based on a virgin birth?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, no.
Oh.
Yeah. Like he got him right there. He got him beat, but he didn't realize it.
That's funny you say that. I was on Instagram the other day. And it was baby Jesus sitting on Mary's lap, and then Joseph was as a background, and they had little word bubbles, and it was like, Jesus was like, Mom, where do babies come from? And Joseph in the back is like, yeah, Mary, where do babies come from? And I was killing myself laughing.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, that's all the what's that movie? Not Angels and Demons, the
Da Vinci Code?
Yes.
Yeah.
That where it talks about how there's actually a whole lineage of Jesus. He hooked up with Mary.
Yeah, Mary Magdalene.
So I don't know if that'd be horror, but that'd be very drama.
Oh, for sure it would.
Good drama, thriller kind of movie.
Yeah, it'll never get made. The Catholic Church will never let that get made. Do you think?
What do you mean? What?
Like a movie like that.
They did.
Really?
They did a sequel. Tom Hanks started it.
No. Right. But like the Da Vinci Code you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about like an actual period piece.
Oh. Oh,
that.
well, no.
I don't know.
It would be allowed, but they would be like, Italy would be like, haha, banned.
Yeah, right, exactly.
There'd be certain letters sent, we don't appreciate, we don't support this,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah.
There's been worse movies out there.
Totally. Oh, yeah.
Even the Passion of the Christ.
I was just going to say that.
For being such a pro-religious movie, it got so much, it wasn't negatively received, but it was just criticized for its content.
I had to watch that when I was like 11 or 12. We
Yeah,
had
I
to
saw it in
watch
school.
it in
Yep.
school.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that. We did it too.
Isn't that fucked up? Like when you think about it,
A little.
like it's very graphic.
Then I went to a Christian school.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, we
but
went
you
to
know,
Christian schools. I went to a Catholic school.
Funny thing is, for one of our Christian ethics,
Oh yeah.
I brought the movie Stigmata to watch, and we watched it.
Oh sure.
Yep,
There you go.
that was interesting. 'Cause I went to, I was an old Mr. Engen, and I called him Easy E because it was an easy class.
Yeah.
He was a good teacher. He just didn't push. He was like, we're just gonna hang out and talk about this and do that.
Awesome.
Here's an assignment, do
Sometimes
that.
that's the best learning.
It was very slack, and
Yeah.
that was good as
Yeah.
opposed to other teachers who were very go.
Yeah.
But I remember I watched Stigmata. It was on the movie channel. I recorded it on my VCR, and I'm like, yeah, I got this religious movie we should watch because I think we're talking about something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, I got this movie called Stigmata. He's like, oh, okay, want to bring it? Sure. And we brought it. We watched it, and yeah. So,
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. No, it was good cult movie. Good start to cult
A
month.
good start.
Proud
to
of
cult.
us.
Good cults.
Awesome. Kill of the flick.
It'd have to be the Sergeant
There's
Howie,
only
'cause
one.
That's only one kill.
Yeah.
Unless you cut the hair.
I was gonna say rip hair.
Yeah. Or the booze that they smashed the barrel of and threw into the sea
Yeah. Oh.
for booze.
R.I.P. Ale.
But yeah, it was.
Moment of silence.
They say the worst way to die is being burnt to death.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yep. I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine.
No.
And especially when you're bound and covered like all around.
He wasn't even bound. He was just tied around his
I
waist.
thought he was bound.
No, I don't think he was.
Also, like he could have gotten out of there. He was a strapping young lad.
I was thinking that too.
Right.
If I was in that, I'd be kicking away. I'd be trying to break through.
Like I know it's movie magic. Like I get it, but
Yeah. And yeah, you're
you'd be
surrounded.
fighting more.
You're surrounded by people, whatever. You know what? Better than being burnt alive.
Right. I agree 100%.
Like I would almost screw ritual. I'd jump off the cliff and
Yep.
take that.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll never
And
take
like I
me.
said, like I told you after, I was hoping that because it ends with him burning
Yep.
and the head falls, you see the sun at the end. I was hoping that it would then cut to the next harvest. And it'd be a very bountiful harvest. And they're all smiling and happy.
And singing.
And it closes on Summer Isle, just there watching and just smiling.
Yeah.
Having Christopher Lee just there, just happy.
Yeah.
Having it end with him
Yes.
would have been fantastic.
I agree. Yeah.
But they didn't. Whatever. I didn't make the movie. I was not even a thought at that time.
Can't go back 40 years. Redo.
Yes, I'm waiting for time machines to happen soon. But I didn't mind. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad movie. It was good. It wasn't scary.
Nope.
But it got creepy near the end. And also for those who are more, not easily scared, but they get more paranoid.
Sure. Yep.
That's just movie really works.
Yeah, absolutely.
It works like paranoia.
It ups the creep factor.
If you haven't seen anything like this before, if you haven't seen the Nicolas Cage version of Wicker Man, like the ending would have thrown you for a loop because
100%.
he's there to find the girl. He thinks that she's dead or missing. There's a lot of BS going around talking about her. You know, he's saying, "Do you know this girl?" Nope, never heard of her. Then he mentioned, with the mother. It's like, oh yes, we forgot about her.
Yeah.
And like everyone's in on it.
Yeah.
But you don't know if she's alive, she's dead. You find out she's alive later on, and then she's part of the whole thing.
Yes.
It's a great.
It's really interesting.
It's a great swerve, a great twist.
Yeah.
And you find out he was the victim, the sacrifice all along.
Yeah.
But how do they know he was a virgin? Like they must have some spies over on.
They
the
said
mainland.
they knew, and I don't know.
They must pick out someone they planned for.
Yeah.
A while.
Yeah. No. But yeah, that was a Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Woo! Yay!
Yeah.
And next week we're watching Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
which
I've never seen this one either. I think I know what it's about, but don't quote me.
it's about a baby.
And is the mother named Rosemary?
She is.
Oh,
as a
then
matter of
okay.
fact.
I'm in the know.
Yay! Yeah, it's a good movie. I've seen it. It's on Prime, I think. I'll have to double check. It's on a streaming.
I think it is,
service.
but
Yeah.
I went and looking for his movies. I found it on DVD or Blu-ray. So.
Yeah, it's really good. It's worth a buy. I would buy it. So, yeah, I think you're gonna like it. It's again though another slow burning movie. These older ones always are usually. So I'm glad that at the end we're ramping it up a bit more, which we won't spoil, but we're ramping it a bit up the next couple. But I'm excited. I think Cult Month is definitely going to be probably one of my favorite months.
Awesome.
So I'm glad we're doing it. Yay! Thank you so much for joining us. This episode was brought to you by our executive producer, Ichabod, head of talent relations, Anarchy, which somehow they slept this whole time.
Good job, girl.
I'm so proud of them. We hope you enjoyed your Horr-Gasm as much as we did. Please don't forget to rate, download, and subscribe. Also, like and follow us on Facebook at Horr-Gasm Podcast, Instagram at Horr-Gasm, Twitter at Gasm Horror, YouTube at the Horr-Gasm Podcast, and Twitch at Horr-Gasm Games. If you have a movie you'd like us to review, this is the best way to let us know. We hope to see you again next week because we have such sights to show you. Plenty of Horr-Gasms for you to experience. Bye.